guys, and welcome back to the Lokkedin channel. And this vid is all about, which was highly requested, how we met.
We didn't actually meet the first time I met. I heard your voice. You were singing at church. Yeah, and then I was stood next to my older brother.
Oh yeah,
you would have seen him,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you would have seen him in the wedding video doing the best man speech of life. We were stood next to each other. We heard a certain voice, and I was just like, wow. You know,
it's an angel.
Ah, here we go. There was just something there. I couldn't put my finger on it. But my brother, he's big into singing. He loves like R&B. He grew up on that. You know, he's my older brother. He's a Boys to Men fanatic, you know, so he heard Cassandra singing and he was also kind of like prompting to say, wow, where's that voice coming from? And then we homed it down to the girl in the fur jacket. She was wearing the fur jacket because she thinks she's a bit stylish.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
You know, and I do remember that she was the only girl I'd ever seen wearing a fur jacket and sunglasses in winter. And I was like,
got that Kim K on.
Yeah, here we go. And that was but that was more than 6 years ago. It wasn't 2010, it was like 2009. Okay. 2008
I don't remember
maybe.
the year, but it was a long time ago.
Yeah, very long. It was about it was 2008. 2008, 2009.
Yeah.
Because that's when you first started coming to church. So I used to go to the church already. And then yeah. So when I heard the singing, that's when she came to my attention. That's not how we met.
No, that's not how we met. Yeah, I remember he said, oh, do you want to come to my church? And then my pastor's son said, oh, do you want to come to my church? And I had to make the choice of which one I wanted to go to. So I told my pastor's son, like, yeah, I'll come, I'll see how it is. For months, I didn't go. Every time I'd get ready, then I'd be like, no, I'm not going. No, I'm not going, I'm not going. And I finally went with one of my friends. And I think I saw him at the front. And he was just like, Jesus' son or something. And I was like, who's this guy? And that's when I first saw him. And then I went to, sorry, our cat is like, hey Joey, get a cameo. Yeah, so then I went to my pastor's house. She invited me there and I went to her house, and then I got sent to the shop with everyone, and I was so nervous. You know when you're like so terrified because there's all these boys, and okay,
and they weren't refined.
They weren't refined. They were like kind of gang member church boys, and I was just there in my fur jacket. And I remember that day I wore these any pointy shoes from Faith. Do you remember Faith, that shop? Yeah, I wore them shoes from Faith, and it was raining and my feet were wet. And I couldn't look in anyone's eye because them times I was very, very insecure and very, very shy. So I was just looking on the floor, and he was like, "Raw, can you buy me chips?" And I was like,
I can't believe you actually said that. You know, can I be honest? I was stood here and I was like, I just
asked me to buy him chips to give him the pool part.
I can't believe you said that. You know, cut. Actually, done. I can't.
And come
I
back.
must be honest. I genuinely was sat here thinking, if she ever says that, I asked her to buy, because I think I asked her for £1.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have said pound then. I would have said, can you buck me a nugget? That basically meant, can you give me £1? Because it was very hard times. It was very hard times.
And those times he was wearing like blue tracksuit bottoms or hoodies.
Here we go.
Up.
Listen,
went to the shop.
My only income was through criminality. I had denounced criminality, so now I had nothing coming in.
Okay, fair enough.
You know, so at that moment there, I used to ask from time to time, can you borrow me X to buy a drink?
All the time, not time to time.
Or Y to buy some chips. But it's supposed to be, you know, my real friends, you know, they wouldn't have just said that.
I wasn't his friend then.
No, but you're my friend now. You know, like you're supposed to be beyond friendship right now. And you just blasted me on this, but it's okay.
Sorry, you guys need to know everything.
It's
okay?
alright.
You're locked in.
Don't worry.
I will tell you everything. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, how fast times change, eh? Yeah? Because I don't ask her to borrow anything anymore. Yeah?
Okay, anyway. So then, as time progressed, like he used to do this weird, like, well, not weird, but he'd just be like, oh, how you getting home? And those times I lived at a black bag, and I lived wherever the wind blew me, literally wherever the wind blew me that week, that month, that's where I lived. So I was living at my friends in Vauxhall, and he'd always be like, oh, how are you getting home? And I'd be like, oh, I'm, you know, walking, because that's how I always got home, because I love to walk and think and reflect. And then he'd be like, I want to come and follow you.
Because I'm a gentleman.
Home. Yeah. And then I'd be like, okay. And then he'd literally walk
it's crazy in these streets, yeah? So I thought, you know what, you need a real, you know, man to accompany you. Or
whatever. Yeah, he'd literally walk with me and just like, literally speak to me and encourage me. And I used to just think, what an encouraging person. He is so much like Jesus. Like, he's almost perfect. And at these times I was raving, I was doing all sorts of things. And I just used to think, wow, what a great holy man he is.
Yes. You know?
Yes. And what was you thinking as you...
No, it was all holy thoughts.
Yeah.
It was absolutely. As also, it was holy thoughts. You know, like, you know, when they talk about water turned into wine, you know, the unholy was the water. You know, I had water thoughts, but as I was speaking, they would turn into the, you know, the richness, you know, of encouragement.
Yes.
And, you know why this is what God wants to do, and this is the season we're in, and
and I literally, then sometimes I'll go to my mum's house and stay at my mum's house, and I remember I saw these Facebook messages not too long ago, and I'll be like, oh, I can't come down today, you know, my JSA didn't come through, and
JSA is job seekers allowance.
So it's like
for those that are not from the UK.
So for those of you that are not from the UK, JSA is literally what you get when you're not working and you need money, basically. So I'd be like, yeah, my job seekers allowance hasn't come through, so I'm not able to come down. And he'd be like, well, come down, I'll give you £2 for a bus pass.
You see, it began, we started small.
Yeah, he literally said he'd give me £2 for a bus pass, and it was
redemption.
Like, no, it was so good. And I was like, I'd be like, oh wow, he's such a great person, and he wants me to come to church. And I've literally come down because of that, and
And then not only that, so that's how conversation started, and then
just small conversations, not like
because
at the time, like I said, he was like my pastor's, he still is my pastor's right hand man, and he was like their Jesus, and I was Mary Magdalene. That's how you can,
yeah. So you were big on the media them times.
Yeah, I was studying hard. Studying. I was big up, but is that when you wrote my... No.
You were studying?
No, I wasn't studying yet.
Okay, maybe not studying, but you were doing media.
I used to love media. Yeah. And guys, can I tell you something? I just need you to know this, and if there's anyone out there watching this from like what I want to talk about, but literally, I was before, like, I had reality TV. Look, I could have been a pioneer of reality TV. So basically I saw them and I was like, you guys should have a show on your life, because it was so strange that there were these ex-gang members who were like, when I'd go to like my pastor's house, that's where everything was, like the base and the hub of everything, So when I'd go there and we just have so much fun, so much jokes, and the different things that would happen, people would like, so many different things happen. I just was like, this needs to be on TV. I didn't know how to record it. I went to like one of Karl's friends, I was like, how can we record it? Obviously we only had like just simple cameras then with like tapes. Like,
it was.
Yeah, just with like tapes. So I was like, how are we gonna work this? I even tried to record, like, it was just a bit.
She wrote treatment.
I wrote treatment.
She pitched the idea to all of us.
Pastor, everyone was like on it. I wish if I had known someone then who could record it, we would have been the first people to do reality. It was before Towie.
Kim K, we would have had your whole platform.
All of that. Like, seriously, it was around the times of The Hills, you know that time? Yeah.
No, you were on the money. Yeah, but if you sleep, you weep, you know, and that's just what happened, you know. But it's okay, because it brought us closer. Because she was following me around. Let me get the cow. She was following me around with a camera. Yeah. You know, so she would follow me to the studio. Yeah, he's
molten everywhere.
So she would follow me to the studio with a camera. Them times I was still rapping. Yeah. You know, and then so
he was rapping. He was Mr. Come on, I'm Sticky, I'm Hart. See me in the
see, I'm large.
And I did have to do it with Nicki Minaj. Have to do it to couple houses pretty for Marge. No low battery, but they see me in charge. Woo!
And I used to shout "Come on" a lot, but that's a whole nother. Then we would leave that.
And I'd be like, "Why do you call yourself Mr. Come on?"
Another vlog or anything, you know. She's just disrespectful. This is all it is, but it's all right. It's cool. I'm not. Yeah. So basically, she actually supported me with the music. You know, I kind of thought she was, you know, she would give me inspiration. Yeah. You know, she would say the right words, and she even helped to kind of direct with some of the songs. Do you remember? And then we actually made a song
Oh yeah.
Come on, she don't know. I know what it is. She didn't.
I've got such a bad memory.
She don't know nothing.
We did a song.
Let me just take over. So then there was a song, and then so then that song. We ended up, she's a singer, so she had wrote the hook, and then she ended up rapping a verse on it.
Oh my god!
She rapped a verse on it.
What was my rap again?
I cannot remember. It had something to do with the polo and running on the top or something along those lines.
I can't remember. I wish I remember because it was so sick.
But it was
my
a
voice was so high.
Oh no, it was epic.
Yeah.
It was epic. And there was one about the chorus was, she had something. I knew she was a songwriter because she had some talent in that. So that kind of made me feel like she wears fur jackets and sunglasses in winter.
Woo!
She can rap and write songs, she's falling in love with Jesus and falling out in love with the club, a little bit, so I'm like, the scope here, and that's when, for me, I personally started to think I need to home in. Focus.
Yeah. But I didn't know that. Because like I said, he was so close to Jesus and I felt like I was so far away. So I didn't really think that, I didn't think, oh yeah, Karl. I didn't really think of it. And those times, okay, those of you who live in the UK, again, I'm one academic year above him. So when he was in year...
We established that in the last...
Yeah, we did. Yeah. So when I was in... When I was in year 11, he was in year 10. And so because of that, I would be like, they're little boys to me, I'm like a big woman. Like, do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't really see him in that way. I just thought, but I knew that we had a lot in common. And this is how it all actually started. There was one time he went to Wales.
The plot thickens. All right, this is the real kickoff.
Yeah. He went to Wales and he was like, he kept saying like, before he went, he's like, call me, and he talked to you, and I was like,
this is really when it kicked off. This is
why. I was like, what? Like, I'm really like, if you know me, as much as I'm like on the camera and I'm loud, everything, but when I don't really know you or I'm not comfortable with you, I'm so shy. So I'm thinking, what are we gonna like call you? What are we gonna talk about? What are you gonna say? The conversation's not gonna flow. Like, I just didn't want to call him. But then eventually I called him and we spoke for hours. And hours and hours.
Not just the fact we spoke for hours, because I went to Wales to do a course, and it was like a half of a academic year squeezed into like 3 days. It was ridiculous. That's when they introduced me to coffee. So that course, we actually got a lot to, that course put me in the caffeine bubble.
Yeah, now he drinks coffee every day. Yeah, maybe 3 times.
Black Americano 4 times a day.
I drink lattes, caramel with double shots of caramel and soy milk because I'm healthy.
I don't care about what you drink. But anyway, so I literally was supposed to be sleeping because the next day I'm gonna wake up at like 6, kick off the academic day about 7:30, and then crack on to like 6 p.m.
And if you know Karl, he's very thorough. If it means he has to wake up at 6, he's going to go to bed on time. Yeah. He's going to be awake an hour before to pray. That's Karl. Yeah. So to be talking to me on the phone.
Yeah, it was serious, but I had a strategy.
Whatever.
I knew what I was doing, and from that day, that was when it was really, that is how we, not met actually, it's not how we met because we told you how we met. But that's
how we sealed the deal. Yeah.
That was when it was.
So that is literally how we met, and even through all of that, there was times where he actually told me that, guess what he said, guys? He said that we can't talk anymore. Insert some sad music into this part. My face goes sad. He said we can't talk anymore because literally he decided that he wasn't sure about me.
But I wasn't sure about you.
What happened?
I wasn't sure whether the Lord was sure about you. So sorry. I just wanted to make sure that, you know what? I always said that the person I'm gonna be with, like next, like in terms of who I commit to and say that we are an item, that is going to be the person I marry. Get up. The person I marry. The rings have been up. Yeah, so for me personally, I just wanted to, just make sure that,
my nails.
It's
not focusing.
Yeah. I just wanted to make sure that it was right, you know, and I am a man that believes in the more.
And our pastor was very skeptical at first because, like I said, he was Jesus and I was Mary Magdalene. So she wasn't quite sure. But then she was sure after a while.
Yeah, you know, so we got confirmation.
Yeah,
on both sides. We both went into prayer and fasting.
And we can tell you that story if you want, if you request it. We'll tell you how that's another story. A great story. When the giant fell down. And that's what I'm saying.
I fainted.
Literally. But
yeah, we don't need to do that.
That's another
story. Has there's no loyalty here.
I didn't faint.
Tell you when I turned my back. Yeah. I fainted at the wonder.
Don't worry, don't
Alright, cool. Alright. So,
yeah. But guys, that is how we met.
Yeah.
And I hope that you enjoy this story. And if you haven't realised, I really like doing story time. So hopefully there'll be more story time from us. And until then, this is your one. Oh, but it's a bit, it's the wrong way on the camera. 8, 10. Cassandra.
Yeah.
Karl. Someone gave this to us as a wedding gift.
That was not planned at all.
Stay locked in. It was already there. This wasn't props. Someone gave it to us as a wedding gift.
Oh, is it focusing? Oh.
Stay locked in, baby.
Hashtag. That's a hashtag.
And I'm gonna
do that. That's a hashtag.
That's hashtag, and I'm gonna do this time. Bye.
Nah. I see everyone out. See you guys. See you guys later.
Bye. Like, comment, and no, that's not. It's like, comment.
Why don't they have this one? They need this
and subscribe one. And be nice. Be nice.
Getting a bit of a cramp in my left leg. Bloody heck, squat toilets. So this nutter, absolute silly individual, I told her not to come.
We done it.
Moving.
We done it. Above the clouds.
God save our youth! God save our youth! God save our youth! God save our youth!
Yeah, and we're marching and we're
outlook on life, knowing that you can do better, knowing that there's like a plan and a future for your life, knowing that there's hope, knowing that no matter what age you are, there's still something great that you can do in the community with Young Lives Matter.